last slide we had seen that when a body of irregular shape is having both kind of motion, that is translation also and rotation also, then what were the formulae? These were the formulae. That is, first of all, you see any general motion of rigid body can be broken down into translation plus rotation about an axis passing through center of mass. So L about O will be L of center of mass about O plus L about center of mass. Total kinetic energy we have written as KT, that is K translational plus K rotational. So these are the underlying concepts for these formulae. We have shown that Lz will be mr cross v, the z component plus Iz center of mass omega, that is about moment of inertia about an axis passing through center of mass and in z direction. This torque center of mass is equal to I center of mass alpha, and K total is equal to half mv square plus half Iz center of mass omega square. This v is velocity of center of mass and this Iz is moment of inertia about an axis passing through center of mass. Now these formulae are the most general formulae. They are valid for any kind of motion, any kind of object, as long as the body is a rigid body. So let's see how we can use these formulae for a rolling object. Rolling is nothing but combination of translation and a rotation. So first of all, what happens in rolling is, suppose this is a circular object, this may be a disc or a hollow or a solid sphere, or a solid cylinder. In rolling, what happens, you get a translation motion. So suppose the center of mass is moving with VCM velocity. Now you see, if your center of mass is moving with velocity VCM, is it necessary that this P prime, the particle on top and particle on bottom or particle here, everybody should be moving with same VCM? Is it necessary? Just think. Yeah, it is necessary. Why? Because suppose your VCM is moving with 10 meter per second and this guy or this guy is moving with 8 meter per second. What will happen? After 10 seconds, this body, this P will be left behind and this CM will be, this distance will increase. Now that cannot happen. Why? Because this is a rigid body. In a rigid body, you cannot leave a poor guy behind. Every particle has to move in translation with same center, with same translational speed. Otherwise, if this VCM is going at 100 km per hour and this is going at 1 km per hour, after 1 hour, your P will be here and this will be at 100 kilometers away. So that is not possible because this is a rigid body. So that's it. In a rigid body, because this is a rigid body, if there is any translational velocity, that is VCM, whether so CM, P prime, P or anything here, everybody has to have the same velocity, same translational velocity. Okay. Now come for rotation. We had seen that rotation is given by V is equal to omega cross R. Now if this body says it is rotating with something like say this omega, then what will happen? Now it is rotation about an axis passing through center of mass. So what will happen for this object P prime, your R cross is in this direction. So your omega cross Ry will give you a velocity like this. And what will happen for P? Your R is in this direction. So your omega cross R will give you something like this. So you see, what happens because of rotation motion, different particles are having velocities in different direction. And why it is happening? Because of the cross product nature of this thing. All of them will have same magnitude. Here also R omega, here also R omega. If you concentrate a particle here also it will be magnitude wise R omega. But what will be the direction? You take vector here, it will be tangential because this has to be 90 degree. So direction keeps on changing. So this is the whole game of rotation. It will give you same rotational speed R omega, but at different directions. So because of this, when you add these two things, this plus this, what you will get? You will get different cases. Let me give you an analogy. You see, suppose in a classroom there are two teachers. One teacher is very gentle, very kind, and he gives equal marks, say 10 out of 10 to all the students. He is so kind enough. That teacher is like translation. It is giving 10 out of 10 marks to each and every particle. So that teacher has given 10 out of 10 or 10 marks to all the students of the class. There is another teacher that teacher is quite strict. He says that okay, no, if you do this thing wrong, I will give you negative also. So what that teacher has done, that teacher has given positive marks also, negative marks also. So that teacher has distributed, say somebody has given plus 10 to some, plus 7 to some, plus 6 to some, maybe minus 10 to somebody, minus 5 also to somebody. So after both the teachers have given their marks, if you find out mark of any one particular student, what it can be? It can be from 10 plus 10, 20. Somebody might have 14 also, somebody might 16 also, somebody may have minus, somebody may have 0 also, because he may have got 10 from this teacher, the kind teacher, but he may have got say minus 10 from this teacher, so he will get 0. So there will be variation in the mark from 0 to 20. Similar is the case with Rowling also. This guy, this translation is very kind. It's a kind teacher. It does not discriminate between two different particles. It will say, okay, come what may, whether you are here or here or here, I will give plus 10 marks to everybody. But this guy rotation, this is very highly discriminating in nature. And why it is discriminating in nature? It is discriminating in nature because of this cross product. So anybody who is having say R vector in this direction will get a positive. Why? Yeah, I'm assuming that this is my positive direction. So anybody who is having R vector this side will get positive. But the poor guy who is having say R vector downwards, he will get a negative velocity also. So that's the case. And what is happening here also? We will get three different cases. Now let's see what are those cases. Number one will be, suppose my VCM is greater than R omega. Now this particle P will have both the velocities are in the same direction, so we will have VCM plus R omega. Now this center of mass will be moving on with the same velocity. Why? Because of rotation, this center of mass will have no velocity. Why? Because R is 0 for center of mass. So because this rotation is rotation about center of mass, so Vi is equal to omega cross 0 will be 0. So the total velocity of center of mass will be VCM. Now this particle P prime, it will be VCM minus R omega. If your VCM is greater than R omega, so this will be a positive quantity, so it will be, this velocity will be in this direction. So this is called rolling with forward slipping. So what has happened is that this point of contact P, this is having velocity VCM minus R omega. Now when your VCM is greater than R omega, so this is rolling with forward slipping because this point is having a velocity in forward direction. So actually this point is slipping forward. So since this point P is having a velocity in this forward direction, the force of friction will be acting in backward direction on this wheel. So this Fs will be acting in backward direction. Now you can see what will be the effect of this force of friction. If I write my torque is equal to ICM and that alpha, torque about center of mass, you will see that about center of mass only this friction will have torque. Why? Because weight or normal reaction both are passing through center of mass, so they will not have any torque. So what this friction does actually, if your body is rotating in this direction omega, it is trying to speed up your rotation, that is your omega will increase, and since your this friction, this is acting in backward direction, so this will deaccelerate your VCM. So earlier what was happening, your VCM was somewhere here in this case one, and your R omega is somewhere here. That's why I have written a VCM is greater than R omega, that is VCM is more than R omega. Now this poor guy friction which is doing all the work here, what it is trying to achieve, you see, this friction is trying, the torque is in this direction, so this friction is trying to pull up R omega, that it is trying to increase omega. This alpha, the angular acceleration will increase omega, so this R omega will increase. So what this friction is doing, this friction is going to increase your omega. So what will actually happen, this R omega will increase, and because of this friction there will be a deacceleration for translation motion, so this VCM will decrease. So ultimately somewhere they should come at a common meeting point where VCM will be equal to R omega. So just analyze this very carefully. Since there is forward slipping, there will be friction in this direction. The role of this friction is to provide a torque. Torque can come only from friction, not from normal reaction or weight, because it is passing through center of mass. So this poor guy who is working alone and doing all the hard work, this torque, which is because of friction, will create an alpha. This alpha will increase my omega, that angular velocity. So what is happening? To begin with, my VCM was higher, R omega was lower. But because of this friction, this R omega will keep on increasing. And this VCM, because this Fs is acting in backward direction, this VCM will keep on decreasing. Ultimately, they will meet at a common point. And then the body will start doing pure rolling, which I will explain in next slide. So this is the case. Now let's see about the other case. Exactly reverse had happened now. This will be VCM plus R omega, this will be VCM minus R omega. In this case, what has happened? VCM is less than R omega. That is, this is rolling with backward slipping. Why backward slipping? Because this point of contact P, it is having a velocity in this direction, backward direction. So this is rolling with backward slipping. Now you see what is happening. Since this is backward slipping, there will be force of friction in this direction, Fs. Now because of this friction, what will happen? This torque is equal to I center of mass alpha, a torque will come. Now your body was rotating with this omega, but this torque due to friction will try to decrease this omega. So what was happening actually, your VCM was here in this case, your R omega was greater. That's what I have written, VCM is less than R omega. Now this poor guy friction, what it is doing this time? This friction is acting in the direction of this translation motion. So because of this friction, there will be a acceleration. So this VCM will increase. Now because of this friction, there will be a torque, there will be an alpha, but this torque is in this direction. So it is trying to counterbalance, this is trying to oppose this omega. So this omega, that angular velocity will decrease. So ultimately it will decrease and both will reach one common point. So here also this friction is playing the, it's like suppose whenever you have that VCM is not equal to R omega, this friction which is coming into play, it is trying to make two strange friends come together, like this VCM and R omega. They were supposed to be equal, they should have been equal, but they have fallen apart. Now VCM is different, R omega is different. Friction is playing the role of a mediator. It is saying, okay, don't worry, I am here. I will, whoever is the weaker party, I will help him. In this case, VCM is weaker party, I will increase it. Whoever is the stronger party, I will persuade him to come down. So R omega is stronger, I will bring him down. So this friction is a very, it's not an ugly kind of force, it's a very important force. Now let's see the third case. What is happening? This is called pure rolling. When it is pure rolling, this VCM is equal to R omega. So what will happen? This will become 2 VCM because R omega is VCM. This will be VCM minus R omega, but it will become V is equal to 0. Since V is equal to 0, there is no sliding. No sliding, it means there will be no force of friction required because there is no sliding, nobody is sliding. And you see, because VCM is R omega, is they are exactly balancing each other, friction will say, okay, you people have now finally become very, very good friends. Your VCM is equal to R omega. My role is not required, so I will not come into picture. So there is no force of friction acting here. Why? Because there is no sliding motion here. Let's discuss in detail what is the condition for rolling. You see, in rolling, what is happening? Not only is this point of contact does not have any velocity at this instant, so this distance r will be same as this r theta. That is, when you are rolling this thing, this arc will completely cover this straight line. So you will have VCM is equal to ds by dt is equal to r omega. That is, this is a condition for rolling. Condition for rolling can be given in 3 different ways. Number 1 is that s is equal to r theta. Same thing, if I differentiate, I will get VCM is equal to R omega. This is condition number 2. The same condition represented in different manner. Or we can write that ACM is equal to R alpha. When I differentiate this V, I will get A, R omega will come R alpha. So all these 3, like this one or this one or this one, any of these 3 you can take as condition for pure rolling. What is actually happening in rolling is that this particle VCM is moving with velocity V, and this path of contact, that is also moving, but instantaneously it is at zero velocity. So if I denote it in another way, what is happening that this is my rolling wheel or sphere, whatever. This topmost part, it is having velocity 2 vcm, this is having velocity vcm, and this is having velocity 0. So I can consider that this point P, it is at rest, it is at velocity 0. So this point can be considered as instantaneous axis of rotation, or that instantaneous axis of rotation passes through this point. Now why it is instantaneous? It is instantaneous because this axis of rotation passes through this point at this instant, say at t is equal to 5 second. Moment you say at t is equal to 6 second, this rotation axis will be somewhere here, because this wheel has moved. In 1 second it would have moved down the line like this. So this is instantaneous axis of rotation passing through point of contact.